The day rolls along in Cary, and as we get to the end of match day 3 for the men's group stages, we sort of get an idea of what this bracket begins to look like, but there's still a lot to be decided in the final couple of matches in the day. Group K on hand as Tactical Managers Flow Sharks take on FC Amarillo Bombers. Welcome into Field 6, Arnav Bokrell here with you. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. Let's start with Tactical Manager Flow Sharks. 2-0, dominating performances, a 4-2 victory over Reggae Rovers, a 2-1 victory against Ambush Stars that in all actuality could have been a lot more. For them, they start in net with goalkeeper Isao Asuncao. He's been the goalkeeper for both games so far. He's defended by Bruno Enrique Arantes, Fernando Kleber, who they call Pepino, Iago Costa, Gustavo Caetana, Sales, Daniel Rolenberg, who they call Japonese, and Alexandre de Oliveira, who they call Talento. You'll see a lot of nicknames for this Flow Sharks team. We will refer to them as our nicknames. That's what they've listed as their preferred names. So you'll hear the nicknames throughout the broadcast for the Tactical Manager Flow Sharks. On the other side, for FC Amarillo Bombers, Chris Vargas gets the start in net. Fredo Chavez scored the game-winning goal for FC Amarillo last night against the Reggae Rovers. He gets some rest. Vargas goes in. In front of him is Andy Garcia, Richard Macias, Pedro Castaneda, Mershad Amadi, Kike Canez, and Jose Lopez, who scored the opener yesterday for Amarillo. Here's how TST works. It's 7v7 soccer, 18-minute halves, plus a target score time at the end of those two halves. No offsides, no throw-ins. It's all kick-ins like it is in futsal. And the big thing is target score time means every single game ends on a goal. So here we go with Amarillo and the Tactical Managers Floripa Sharks on hand. Tactical Manager had a team last year. They lost to Pasha Luxury 4-3. They beat Tobacco Road FC 4-2, and then lost to Hashtag United 3-0, which meant Tactical Manager's team lost in the group stage. This year, Tactical Manager has reloaded. Brought in the Floripa Sharks, who are a professional 7v7 team based in Brazil. They play Foot 7 soccer. That is their life. That is what they do. 7v7 soccer is what the Floripa Sharks do. And so they're here to win the $1 million. Amarillo Bombers are an MLIS team. They've got some help from some MASL guys as well. A talented team that got an unlucky break against the Ambush Stars in game number 1 when they lost 3-2. A team that was dominating. Amarillo was up 2-0 in that game, but then a red card to star player Steve Jasso meant that Ambush had a player up the rest of the way, and once it got to target score time, the Ambush Stars, from down 2-0 in target score time, scored 3 unanswered, won that game, and put a loss on Amarillo's record. They would come back and win yesterday against the Reggae Rovers by a score of 2-1. Fredo Chavez, the goalkeeper, scored the game-winning goal in target score time. So 1-1 Amarillo, 2-0 Tactical Manager Flow Sharks on hand. We'll see who comes down on top in Group K. The winner of this one, most likely the number 1 team to come out of the group. Tactical Manager Flow Sharks will hold possession first. Here's Arantes. Arantes will leave it back. Now played over to Pepino. Chipped up ahead. Here is one of the big strikers that they have in an early shot that Vargas has to save. Brought down by Tactical Manager Flow Sharks in the white jerseys. Iago Suarez. Curling ball up ahead. Physical striker will leave it out wide. That's Talento, the striker, wearing number 99. Talento yet to score for Flow Sharks. There's a ball up ahead. Roll across, Talento on the turn, on the swivel, and a save by Vargas. Talento was being dragged down, much to the dismay of the Tactical Manager Flow Sharks fans. But Talento got the shot off, so can't blame Amarillo for being a little bit physical with a man that's a lot bigger than any of the Amarillo players. Quickly the other way, Mershad Amadi makes a run forward, last touch off of Amadi. Referee is Megan Mullen, assisted by Austin Saney. It's not very often I can come with ref facts, but Austin Saney is a referee in the MASL. He's the bench referee for the game today. Rolled up ahead, cut out by Amarillo. Quickly the other way. Back to Vargas, who will lift it up into the air. Not a bad strategy right now. But Flow Sharks are dominating possession. Pepino couldn't bring it down. Kike Kane has lost it. And 4 players forward. And for Flow Sharks, and it's a goal. It's Japonese Daniel Rollenberg to score. And Flow Sharks take a lead 2.5 minutes into the game. Rollenberg scored last game, now he scores this game. And Japonese has the lead for Tactical Managers Flow Sharks. This is a dominant Flow Sharks team that plays physical, but goal difference is going to come into effect here in Group K. If Tactical Manager pulls out a victory, Amarillo have to keep it close. A 1-goal loss to Ambush Stars, but only a 1-goal victory against Reggae Rovers yesterday. Still got a lot of soccer left before we start thinking about permutations and combinations of third-place teams. Shot comes in, rebound goes wide of Miguel Reyes, who is in a dangerous spot. The Amarillo Bombers also make up the men's portion of the Prestige Worldwide mixed team, so you'll see them continue action later this week when the mixed competition kicks off. Right now, best result for Amarillo would be a win here and put to bed any hopes of needing a third-place result to go their way. But the Flow Sharks have not shown any signs of slowing down since they stepped foot in America. I heard that through the grapevine they had a scrimmage with one of the teams that was also playing here, and they won 7-1. And so that really set the tone for what the Flow Sharks were going to do. As there's a shot from Talento into the hands of Chris Vargas. Vargas was at Solas de Sonora of MASL 2 last season. 7 games, 4-2 record. 46.2% save percentage. As Huevo Lopez will spin around, the captain of this Amarillo side. Jasso. Vargas has acres of space, but elects not to use it. Steve Jasso back in action after the red card he suffered against the Ambush Stars. Here's a chance for Amarillo, sliding in, save made by Isao. Flow Sharks move through the midfield and numbers forward as this one goes into the hands of Vargas. Out from Flow Sharks, last touched by Bruno Arantes. Amarillo go long. Lopez dragged down. There's the whistle blown. Advantage called. And then they bring it back after no advantage. Behind us, Reggae Rovers have scored. That game is a part of Group K as well. Flow Sharks, Amarillo. 3-man wall for the Flow Sharks. Rolled out wide. Pass wasn't ideal for Amarillo, so Raheem Rose will just reset. Rose out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Plays for the Canadian Crusaders, who just won the MLIS, taking down the Amarillo Bombers, who were the champions the season prior. Flow Sharks look up ahead. Intended for Marlon Christian, but nothing in it. Christian plays, or at least played in the Kings League. For Kings League Middle East North Africa, DR7. 2 goals in that league as an injured Shark on the far side. Coaching staff for tactical managers Flow Sharks include Filippo Silva, who is the general manager and the man behind the name tactical manager, but they've also brought in Kevin Salas, who coaches OFC Barca, a UPSL team in Florida. And they also brought in Kaku, who is a pro foot 7 coach in Brazil. So star-studded coaching staff with some names with connections to local soccer in America, but also professional small-sided soccer in Brazil. Long conversation on the far side as the clock continues to tick. 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the first half. Amarillo, nothing to show for. It has been all tactical manager in the first run of play. Dominating the press, dominating possession. Looking up to Axel Chacunte. His touch got away from him, but Chacunte wins it back. Chacunte pulls the trigger from distance and well wide. Axel Chacunte out of Douala, Cameroon. MASL veteran who's played across a couple of different organizations in his career. Pass cut out by Amarillo. Option out wide is Chacunte. Reset by Jorge Leal. To Vargas and then across. Vargas back again. Raheem Rose is gesturing to Vargas to take more space. And Vargas inches forward. Vargas can still go here. I don't know what he's waiting for. There's no one pressing him. Now he'll play it up to Chacunte, who brings it down well. Raheem Rose. Give and go, but it's cut out by Flow Sharks. Moving forward. Now the other way. Header. Finds some open space. The shot on the volley blocked away by the Flow Sharks. Leal. Curling ball into the back post. Leal looking to hunt down. But now numbers the other way. 3-on-2 if the Flow Sharks hurry. There's a shot in by Pepino. It'll fall in the rebound saved by Vargas. Chacunte on the turn. Was double teamed, triple teamed. And the ball is blocked out wide for a Flow Sharks corner kick. Floripa Sharks, again, 2 victories already. 4-2 win over the Reggae Rovers, 2-1 victory over the Ambush Stars. One of the stars for this Floripa Sharks team, Flavio de Lima, who has scored 2 goals in the win against Reggae, goal and an assist in the victory against the Ambush Stars. He was involved in both goals in that game. Yet to see him make an impact today just yet, but that might be someone they bring out later. As the Flow Sharks look ahead to knockout phase, there's a poor pass. And a chance to move forward as Joseph Adane intercepted it. Amarillo, good stand to win it back. Here's Sebastian Lopez. Back to Garcia. And no matter what happens here, Amarillo will still have the mixed tournament to look to. The majority of these players on the Amarillo roster will join Prestige Worldwide, which is made up of the Amarillo Bombers men's team and an MLIS team in Utah playing alongside them. Here's Lopez. Missed the ball roll and sent it right into the path of the Flow Sharks. Foul called on Daniel Chamale. All the way back to Esau. Near side, Justin Nelson. Excuse me, that was Iago Suarez who played it back. Now the ball finds Chupeta. That's Thiago Suarez. Esau feeling some pressure. Well, lifted up ahead. Well worked and well defended by Amarillo. Cleared away by the Bombers. Aside from Texas, looks to regain possession in the midfield. They will do that with Andy Garcia. Crossfield ball as pressure comes from the Flow Sharks. Vargas. Rolled into the midfield. Garcia can turn. Feels some pressure. And reassesses back to Vargas. Drilled the other way. Circling back around. Good little chip. There's a shot just wide from Pedro Castaneda. First real look at goal for Amarillo. It comes in the 12.5-minute mark for Pedro Castaneda. And now Amarillo stepping up the press. Esau to the corner. Goes long. One out of the air by Amarillo, but the touch was poor. It took it out of bounds. Here's Raheem Rose. Excuse me, that was Ronald Eduardo. Raheem Rose is an Amarillo Bombers player. Eduardo wears the number 5 for the Flow Sharks. Back to Esau. Bombers want to press. They will press. What can Esau do? That's to his left. Pressure still coming. Esau shouts for corner, not given. And Flow Sharks can work out of it. 4-on-3 if they hurry. Amarillo recover well. Nelson. Cut out by Amarillo. Bombers find Garcia. Quick yellow card to Amarillo. Austin Saney, the bench ref. And now, play restarts with Amarillo. So now 15 minutes down in the first half. 3 minutes until halftime. Here's Jasso. All the way back to Vargas. Amarillo look long to Chacunte. Esau. Here's Esau again. Japonés. Brings it out wide. Both Sharks are controlling. Still only one goal to show for it. As Ronald Eduardo Cavallino will lay it off. Still Flow Sharks with it. Play with the Amarillo Bombers. Out wide. Contact, but no foul as Flow Sharks move the other way. Will hold on to possession now in the back end. And turned over again. A minute and 15 seconds until halftime. Chasso all the way back to Vargas. A minute to go until halftime. Vargas again, he's urging his team forward, but he's got space that he can take. Instead, back to Vargas again. Amarillo have 50 seconds and counting until halftime. If they want to tie things up before then, you got to go for it eventually. Now they will. As Sal comes out to meet it. He'll throw long. There's a man wide open. It's Pepino, but he can't make anything of it. 30 seconds until halftime. Ball remains in play. Amadi, good flick in. This will go all the way back to Asau. Now 20 seconds until halftime. It's turned into a track meet, and there may be a moment, but it's well over the bar. And so 8 seconds until halftime. And that'll do it for the first half. As Vargas took a moment too long. Could have had time to send it long if he wanted to. Instead, we'll head to halftime. The Flow Sharks have the goal. And a 1-0 lead at the break. We'll be right back from Field 6 in Cary. TST continues after this. Tactical managers Flow Sharks have a 1-0 lead thanks to Daniel Japone's goal in the first half, but Amarillo had chance after chance to tie things up. We've got 18 more minutes of soccer and target score time to follow after, as Group K looks to be decided tonight. On the other field behind us, Reggae Rovers taking on the Ambush Stars. The Rovers have a 1-0 lead, so that means if that result holds, this result holds. As it stands, Tactical manager is already through, but then we'd have a three-way tie for second place to decide second place in the group between the Amarillo Bombers, the Reggae Rovers, and the Ambush Stars, with both teams losing to Tactical Managers Flow Sharks and then losing one game to the other two and winning the other. So what that means is we'd have a look at the goal differential as the opening tiebreaker, then it's goals scored as the second tiebreaker. And there's more scenarios after that we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, the important thing to note is Amarillo qualifies with a win. Tactical managers Flow Sharks are already basically qualified unless enough groups go 2-1, 3 teams down, which doesn't look like it will happen. I don't think it has ever happened. It would take a myriad of unfortunate results for the scorekeepers. But either way, Amarillo and Tactical manager Flow Sharks, and really the Flow Sharks all over it in the first half. 7 shots compared to 5 for Amarillo. 4 shots on goal compared to 2 for the side from Texas. And we'll take this time to address it. Yes, you can say Amarillo, you can say Amarillo, like the song Amarillo by Morning, but we're told to say Amarillo, FC Amarillo Bombers, based out of Texas. They'll start with the second half possession. It's the captain, Huevo Lopez, to get things started for FC Amarillo Bombers. And we're underway, 18 minutes plus target score time to follow. The Flow Sharks haven't pressed at all, especially not pressing the goalie, which has changed for Amarillo. Into the net comes Fredo Chavez, who scored the target score time winner yesterday. Can provide a bit more with the ball at his feet. And I think that's why Amarillo made that change, recognized that Vargas wasn't taking the acres of space he was given. So now you put in a goalkeeper who's got that confidence with the ball at his feet. Good things can lead when you have that extra number in the attack. Kike Kane is all the way back to Chavez. Now to the near side with Ricardo Macias. Chavez will walk forward, not pressed yet. Now Flavio will make his way there. Back to Chavez again. Flavio de Lima, one of the star strikers for this Bombers team, as Canez, a little back heel flick. He'll get the return, but it's behind him. Now the Flow Sharks will just clear it out after a poor pass back, put the defense in a dangerous position. Amarillo work it around. Castaneda looking into the midfield. Gains himself a half yard of space with a little shoulder shrug and finds Mershad Ahmadi up top. Ahmadi from Afghanistan plays in the MASL. Got his breakthrough with Utica City FC, was then traded to the St. Louis Ambush. Back heel flick. There's a turn. It's clean, and the ball is high from Miguel Diaz. Chance was there for Amarillo to tie it up. Instead, the Flow Sharks keep a 1-goal lead. Bit of miscommunication on the press for Amarillo. Eventually, Castaneda goes. Now Chacunte will show high. Pressure comes again. Amarillo stepping well up the field. And it's forced out by the Bombers. So what can Amarillo create on the restart? Flicked up ahead, Chacunte. And circling back out the other way. High up in the air. Shove in the back. And there's the call. Marshad Ahmadi draws the foul. No doubt about that call. 2 hands in the back extended. Will be a call every time. And Megan Mullen, the perfect spot to see it. So now another set piece for the Bombers, who are trailing by 1. Conversation now with Daniel Chamale, who's getting in a little bit of a grabbing match with one of the Sharks. Rolled short. Shot comes in, blocked away by Pepino. He caught all of that one with his back and sent it to the sub bench. Rolled back in. Pressure coming from the Flow Sharks. Well held onto by Amarillo. Numbers dancing up ahead as there's a takedown. And the Flow Sharks have to respond quickly as Amarillo play it to Garcia. Now Chamale. Up ahead. Some space now. Dancing away. Shot comes in, and what a save by the netminder Gustavo Albino. New netminder for the Floripa Sharks as well. Both teams making changes in goal at halftime. And now the advantage called back against the Flow Sharks. So Amarillo free kick. Quick check-in on the other game. In Group K, Ambush Stars have tied it up after halftime. It's 1-1 between the Reggae Rovers and the Ambush Stars. Back into Albino. Gustavo will take his space. Now some pressure comes. Back again the other way. Long ball sent forward. Chavez will be the first one there. He'll keep it at his feet. No pressure. He's got acres of space in front of him, and for a goalie who just scored a goal last night, I'm extremely surprised not to see him step way up the field and force the Flow Sharks into a press. Chavez inching forward now, inviting the Flow Sharks to challenge him as he walks to the halfway line. 2 Sharks were circling. He finds a pass out to Raheem Rose. Rose steps to his left and fires high. The Canadian this close to equalizing for the team from Texas. And now the Flow Sharks will have some space. Amarillo don't press high just yet, but with the Bombers, that press is ever waiting. As soon as there's one slow touch or one slow pass, the Bombers will be all over it. They might go now. And they do go now, and they force a mistake on the far side. Ball chipped up ahead, and Gustavo comes out to play it. Quick restart for Kike Canes. Rolled up ahead. The attempted backheel flick from Huevo Lopez, and now quick transition the other way. Headed away by Fredo Chavez. West Texas A&M University product. There's a handball by Jasso. So now set piece upcoming after the Jasso handball. A little bit of disorganization on the wall. No one really knows who's in it. Now a three-man wall. Shot from distance took a deflection off of Huevo Lopez. Tactical manager at Flow Sharks. A pro 7-a-side team from Brazil. Also representing Filippo Silva and his tactical manager, Brand. Deadly combination of a team that does this for a living, backed by a man who knows his way around soccer and has a lot of connections in the game. Play sent long. One back in by Amarillo. Huevo Lopez looking to hang on to possession and does with Jasso. Up ahead, the shot and a save by Gustavo. The first touch took the sting out of it, and it slowed the ball down enough so that he could dive on it at the goal line. Angling up ahead. Circling back the other way. Gustavo rolls it up ahead. Quick 1-2 touch play for the Flow Sharks, but good track back by Mershad Ahmadi to make the tackle. Took a deflection off the Flow Sharks. Contact on the follow-through, took out the man as well on the ground for Amarillo. It's Kike Canez who gets up and is able to walk off. Still 1-0. Chavez with space, waiting for runners, and now the press comes from tactical managers Flow Sharks. Possession back with Amarillo. Chacunte lost it on a play on the far side. Much better second half for Amarillo, especially defensively. The high press working much more to the favor of Amarillo. And now the Flow Sharks with a reset after it was ruled that Amarillo too close to the player restarting the ball. Poked wide, here's Manga. Back to Gustavo Albino. Netminder waiting for some pressure, waiting for a runner. All the way back to Gustavo, the press comes for Amarillo. Played up the line. And now out of play. Roll. Here's Miguel Diaz to play it in. Poor pass, and it goes the length of the field. And back the other way go the Flow Sharks. Flow Sharks representing the 4'7" side. Amarillo Bombers out of an indoor league in America, the MLIS. Two very high levels of indoor soccer across two different countries and two different continents. Rolled ahead by Chavez. Into traffic, but held on to by Amarillo. Back to Chavez they go. Take this time to check in on Group K behind us at Field 7. 2-1 Reggae Rovers, the score. Technically, that benefits the Amarillo Bombers, but we won't know until we know what the score of this game is at the end of it. Because a game that finishes 2-1 is a lot different than a game that finishes 2-0 in Amarillo's case. Headed away. Now cleared the other way, poked back to Chavez. 13 and a half minutes, down in half two. Good touch forward, keeping the balance is Amarillo across the face of goal and chested home. Miguel Reyes has his second goal of the tournament, and Amarillo are level 1-1. It doesn't always have to be with the legs, does it? As Miguel Reyes finds himself an inch away from the goal line, and all he had to do was tap it in with his chest, with the FC Amarillo logo on it, and the Bombers are tied at 1 apiece. Sent back to Albino. Now, how do the Flow Sharks respond? They've controlled the game for the first half, tried to possess in the second half, but got pushed back by an Amarillo press. Now we'll see how these final 3 minutes go. As the Flow Sharks lose it again in the midfield. Numbers flying forward for Amarillo. Left in for Huevo Lopez and cleared high. Up ahead to the big number 9 for the Flow Sharks. It's Marlon Christian. Flicks over and keeps possession for Floripa. Possession now. Works back with Iago Suarez. Out wide. And taken away. Amarillo. Through contact, Huevo Lopez will leave it. All the way back to Chavez. And quickly the other way. Amarillo sending numbers forward. It took a deflection on the way through. No call as the Flow Sharks go the other way. And back and forth we continue. There's a call. And a yellow card shown for stopping the promising attack. So tactical managers, Flow Sharks, have about 2 minutes to try and find something. Iago Suarez will kick it away and get reset. Back to Albino. Contact off the ball, foul called. That one on Marlon Christian, just got too involved in the back of the play. And he'll actually move it forward now. So the restart with 60 seconds left in the half. It stays this way. It'll be next goal wins once we hit next 18, and now there's another foul the other way. The same infraction twice. One from each team. So now Floripa the other way, 30 seconds to go. 4 pass in. Poked forward, Castaneda will press. Headed away, Chacunte. Bit loose with the touch, but battling back for it right in front of us. Out of play, 10 seconds to go. Until the end of the half, there's 5 seconds now. Maybe one final push forward. Instead, over to Chavez. And that'll do it for the second half. So we head to target score time. The target score will be 2. We'll take a quick step aside and remind you all about what TST's target score time is when we return. 36 minutes of soccer down. We head to target score time. FC Amarillo Bombers and tactical managers Flow Sharks are tied at 1. It is next goal wins in target score time. Here's how target score time works. We start 7v7 for 3 minutes. If no one scores, we go down to 6v6. If that happens for another 3 minutes, we go down to 5v5, and so on and so forth until we reach 2 versus 2. No team will ever have less than 2 players on the field at any given time. The important rule that has changed this year is the backfield violation. Teams have 15 seconds to advance the ball from its defensive half to the attacking half. If you don't do that, it's a free kick going the other way. When you have possession in the attacking half, you can't go backwards into the defensive half. If you do that, that's another free kick for the opposing side as well. The only time the ball is allowed to travel from the front half to the back half of your attacking to the defensive side is on a restart. So a set piece, a kick in, a restart after a foul. Then you're allowed to go back to your goalkeeper and move forward in that way. Keep an eye on the pennies. Sometimes teams will throw another attacker as a quasi-goalkeeper to provide extra legs moving forward. So a lot to look forward to, a lot to keep your eye on, as this one is next goal wins between the Flow Sharks and the Bombers. Amarillo won the coin toss. They'll have possession with Miguel Reyes, the goal scorer for the Bombers. And the whistle blows, we're underway. Next goal wins to decide Group K if Amarillo can shore up that second spot, or we go to the calculators to see who finishes second, third, and fourth in the group. Chavez already has one target score time winner under his belt. Cleared away by Floripa, out of play. Time takes a while to get the ball back, to Amarillo, but they'll restart. Flicked up ahead. Looking for the back heel. Castaneda will recycle. Again, ball has to stay in the attacking half. Floripa gained possession. Flick it out. Castaneda couldn't clear it. Now the Flow Sharks moving with pace in the attacking half, but a poor pass goes wide. And Chavez will have a restart from his goal area. 15-second clock starts as soon as the ball's in play. Chavez will have it. Waiting on Megan Mullen to see as soon as she starts counting. And there goes the hand, 5-4-3. And Chavez will scoop it forward. Trying to roll it in. And now Chavez is out of his net, but well kept in on the repress. Shots for handball is given against the Floripa Sharks. Guilty party there is Pepino. So now set piece upcoming for Amarillo. They can go backwards if they want to, but in a position like this, you won't do that. In target score time, next goal wins. Between a tied 1-1 game between Amarillo and Tactical Managers Flow Sharks. The Sharks a 2-0 record already. Amarillo 1-1. Rolled down low. Curling effort and just wide from Amarillo. That one looked good as it left the foot of the Bombers' set play, but not enough movement on it to guide it into the top corner. Pressure applied by Nano Livano. Countdown started, so played forward by Esau. Esau was in the first half and sat the second half, is back in now for target score time for Floripa. Poked forward. Counterattack is on. 3-on-2. Outside of the boot pass. The shot comes in. It's comfortable for Esau. And now stoppage. One player has to exit for each team. Will it go from 7v7 to 6v6? It is still next goal wins between Amarillo and the Flow Sharks.
We've reached the end of the first 3 minutes and neither team has scored. So 2 players exit the field, 1 from each team. We continue 6-on-6. Amarillo Bombers versus Flow Sharks. Target scores 2, the next goal wins.
Moving up ahead is Esau. Past the halfway line. 6v6, and it's a poor moment of concentration for the Floripa Sharks. Lost possession and allows Chavez to operate this Amarillo offense. The goalkeeper Chavez, again, we've mentioned it time and time again, scored an absolute laser against the Reggae Rovers to win the game yesterday. He finds a great pass forward for Amarillo here. Across the face of goal, but saved off the shot. Huevo Lopez wins a corner for Amarillo. Out to take it is Castaneda. Corner kicks most of the time in target score time. You see it go back to the defense. Castaneda will do the exact same. You're allowed to go back over on a set play. So the 15-second clock starts, and then as soon as Chavez steps past the halfway line, the ball can't go back now. Crossfield pass. Amarillo don't have numbers, but maybe a one-on-one battle victory on the far side. Successful dribble for Castaneda. The shoulder-to-shoulder goes the way of Amarillo. Amarillo had a moment of magic from the goalkeeper in target score time yesterday. Here's Macias rolling it up, and Esau comes out to collect. 70 seconds left of 6-on-6 before the field gets even wider with 5-on-5. But it is next goal wins in target score time. Tactical Managers Flow Sharks looking for a 3-0 record in the group stage, whereas FC Amarillo Bombers looking to secure a spot in the next round. Out the other way. Here's Esau. Near side with Iago Suarez. He's pressured. And he's dragged down from behind. Foul called. And Suarez remains down right in front of us. So Iago will walk it off. Play's going to start in the attacking half, so if Floripa go forward with the pass, they can't go back. Looking up, no call. Goalie's out of the net, and good step forward by Iago Suarez. And that means it's time for 5v5 as we've hit another 3 minutes in target score time. It's not like we haven't had action. Amarillo had a shot flashing wide. Floripa always looked dangerous on the counter. And a late substitution as Raheem Rose will sprint off. Andy Garcia will restart play for Amarillo. Chavez out wide. Ball still not advanced past the line just yet. Now Chavez will. Pressure comes, turned over. Long run back for Chavez, who does so. Good play up ahead. Pepino has a step on the byline and goes for goal. And sends it over. The magnitude of the moment means that Amarillo will play a bit more conservative in terms of how far forward Chavez will go, because you'd rather let the clock continue to tick down than take a risk with the goalie. Chavez will play it forward. Up ahead. Chance to shoot for Amarillo, and just wide. Miguel Diaz had the game on his foot and turned it a couple of yards away from the net. Well, that could have been a golden moment for Amarillo. Instead, Floripa have possession. We're 5v5. Up steps Isao. Out wide the other way. Far side, back to Isao again. Isao looks some more comfortable with the ball at his feet out of the two Floripa goalies. Now to the near side, here's Manga. He wants a runner in the corner. Isao. Manga. Up ahead, one-time shot is comfortable for Chavez. Isao was well out of the net, but Castaneda will slow it down. Chavez has space, they'll use him. Edge of your seat stuff between Amarillo and tactical managers Flo Sharks here in Group K. Some space, played out wide to Eric Haro. Haro. Couple of touches, will reset to the halfway line. Chavez, he can have a dig if he wants it. Instead, it's played back. Pressure coming. Backheel flick out wide. Diaz. Chavez, can he do it again? Well, maybe a bit out of range there. Clipped out wide. Nuevo Lopez. Chavez, here it is. What a save by Isao. Ball still in play. And Isao can't keep it in. Chavez, you felt like it was going to come at some point, and now it brings us to 4-on-4. Chavez will actually head to the bench now. And it's Miguel Diaz, three-time MASL champion, to don the pink penny for Amarillo. And for all Chavez has done, you have to feel bad. That final shot was well struck, but Isao read it all the way through, knew it was coming. And now he's got to play the game of running on and running off with Miguel Diaz as the two teams are in transition moments. Garcia down low. And possession lost. Now the sub for the goalie is on as Isao resets. Back to Isao. The countdown will start soon, and there's a hand from Megan Mullen. Isao advances. It's 4-on-4. A lot of space for Isao. Pressure comes, but have to be conservative with the press here as Esau walks it down. Down low. There's a shot, save, rebound, turned wide. Bodies flying everywhere as Amarillo do just enough, and the shot on the volley is missed by Floripa. Golden opportunity for the Sharks with Chavez helping close down the near post. He was scrambling across as well. Lifted to the far side, Garcia. Got a man to the back post instead. A reset with Diaz. Rolled out wide the other way. Garcia again. Has Diaz to his right. Diaz. Garcia. Rolled up ahead. Player slips on the Flow Sharks, but gets right back up. Good recovery. Back to Garcia. Reggae Rovers have done a job in Group K. So if Amarillo wins, they're in. Stakes just got a lot higher for the Amarillo Bombers. Last touch off of Floripa for a handball, actually, is the call. So quick reset for the Bombers. 40 seconds until 3-on-3. Garcia walks it down a little bit. Garcia steps wide. Played to Diaz. Diaz works down low. Diaz a return. Will he have a go? It's blocked away. Played out wide. A reset for Amarillo. And Castaneda. Diaz. We've hit the 3-minute mark. Next stoppage will be 3 versus 3, but we're still at 4s for now. Diaz has some room. Diaz, what a save by Esau. Swing and a miss on the clearance. Castaneda. Diaz, some room. Diaz scores! Miguel Diaz and Amarillo Bombers are headed to the next round. Floripa with miscommunication in the 4-on-4. And Diaz the hero for Amarillo. Results go the way for Amarillo. They finish in the knockout stage spots. They'll be playing in the round of 32. In a tense, hard-fought battle with the previously undefeated Floripa Sharks, the tactical managers Flow Sharks. They lose for the first time here in TST. And the hero is Miguel Diaz. For the Amarillo Bombers, he'll get the Golden Fleece. And the Amarillo Bombers win in game number 3 of Group K. For all of us involved in the broadcast, Matt Wiener, the producer, Kai Lee, our statisticians, I'm Arnav Pokral saying thank you for tuning in from Field 6. Amarillo 2, Flow Sharks 1. Both teams advance to the round of 32.